Adrienne A. Wagner, your Westmoreland, Indiana Mon Valley Governance Chair. And I have a question for you. How did you come to know that voting is an important thing to do? Did your parents take you? Was there a conversation at the holiday table? Maybe something happened that impacted you so much that you saw voting as the only way to try and make a difference? Wags, my husband, shared his story. You see, he was drafted to fight in the Vietnam War before he even had a chance to vote, and he's been voting ever since he came back to make sure his voice is heard. He learned very quickly how much power our elected representatives can have over our lives. Thinking back for me, I seem to just know that voting was important, but the responsibility of voting and what it means really hit me when I was doing volunteer work at Children's Hospital. It was the day after a midterm election, and the very first question from a fellow volunteer was, "Did you vote yesterday?" To which I casually replied, "No, I didn't have the time." I think because it wasn't a presidential election, I just didn't recognize the importance. Well, you see, her grandmother had been a suffragette. That means she had protested for the right of women to vote back in the day when women weren't allowed to vote. Yes, there really was such a time. And she ended up in jail. But that didn't stop her or the movement. And today, women can vote because they took a stand. After hearing her story, I recognized what a privilege it is to have a voice in elections for those who make the laws that govern us. So even if I'm out of town for an election, I make sure to get an absentee ballot and cast my vote. We'd love to hear your stories about how you learned about voting or how you are teaching your children the importance of going to the polls to cast their vote. Share your stories with us on our Facebook page, and you'll see the responses at our Cornhole fundraiser June 14th. Remember, there are many more elections ahead of us, so please strike up a conversation with family and friends and encourage them to get to the polls.